over the last couple of months, I've not really put a lot on here, videos on here, because I've been concentrating on putting them on the other channel. And obviously now I've set up another channel. So I've got like 4 or 5 channels running now on YouTube. So a couple of weeks ago, a gentleman I was talking to came to see me and sat down with me, and we did a video, and that was uploaded, and we discussed a lot of things that's been going off, and what people don't know about, and what people don't talk about, and people should know about, and people should talk about. But when the video went out, there was I had, as per usual, me being me, I get told that I'm not allowed to say what I say because I'm converting people. They feel like I'm trying to radicalize people. Some of my views are quite strong. Some of my views are taken the wrong way. It's my view, and this is what people don't understand. You've got freedom of fucking speech. It's my view, and all the time we see these MPs, in Parliament and all the rest of it, giving their views, and nobody comments about their views, and everybody moans about, they'll moan about certain things they say. Now, a lot of things what the government don't tell you, and what people find out, or people look into, or things that get leaked, the media are blocked from publishing things. We all know that. YouTube and all the other platforms that you can stand up on, TikTok and all the rest of it, will block your videos without a shadow of a doubt. They'll block your videos because the government or whatever, they don't want you to be saying what you're saying. Now, you've got people like Nigel Farage, and you've got Tommy Robinson, and you've got all these other people that's talking, and a lot of people listen to what they say and think, oh, it's just trying to cause trouble, is all this, that and the other. But a lot of what they say is actually right. Now, I watch a lot of videos on here and know and have contact with a lot of people through text messages, WhatsApp and emails and all the rest of it, with people that do these videos, make these videos. I've met a certain amount of people that make these videos. I've obviously had an ex-army lad come to see me, discuss a few things with me, quite eye-opening. But he fought in Afghan, he fought in Iraq, he's fighting all over the world. He then left the army and then went to work for NATO and found out a lot of stuff of what was NATO and all this and the other, and we discussed all this. Now, he came to my house. I'll tell you why he came. Another reason why he came is he picked up some water drums from me. He wanted some army water drums, and I'd got some. So what I'd got, and I said, you're quite welcome to take a few, and why do you need them? So then he openly told me that the people in this country don't realise exactly what is happening. And I think you should know. Now, people, we're now at war in Ukraine. We all know, there's a war in Ukraine, and everybody is like taking it, watching it, and you're only getting one side of the story from this. And a lot of the other side of the story is covered up, hush hush, and you can get in trouble for saying anything about it. So, which I'm not going to try and cover that. But, he's telling me, and a lot of people said the same thing, so it's not just him that's telling me this. We are in trouble in this country. We are in trouble in this country. Now, we've got rising energy costs, and fuck them. I ain't paying you not one penny more than what I normally pay. I cannot afford to live near mine, pay extortionate amount of bills. I've actually been screwed over again this month with my finances, beyond belief this month. They fucked me right over, to the point is now that I'm now considering fitting a small solar panel, just enough to charge a 12-volt battery constantly throughout the day and whatever, just to run a 12-volt television, just to run a 12-volt kettle, and just to run a 12-volt light, limiting my electric supply as low as I can get it, so those corrupt government people out there are not getting my money. Because I begrudge giving them any money, and I haven't got that money to give them. I don't have my heating on anymore. I can't afford the gas, and we all know the story of that. If you've seen the video, I've been investigated for fraud. They've been in my house and checked all my wiring, for fuck's sake, and all my pipes. Now, again, that's the government. All these MPs are sat out there, knowing they're all on stupid wages, not including their expenses. Now, if they all took a £10,000 a year pay cut, all of them, right? £10,000 a year, 650 MPs we've got, 650. I don't fucking think we need 650 MPs for starters. So get rid of some of these MPs, because the more people that you've got making decisions on things, the more bullshit they come out with at the end, because they never agree on what they're saying. And I'm going to rant like fuck on this channel now, like I do on my other talking channel, because you've not seen me rant. If they all took a £10,000 a year reduction in their wages, right, you're talking £6.5 million. £6.5 million that can be put back into energy companies, put back into the UK to help towards the crisis they're under. No, that's not even, including their expenses. And some of these MPs out there are charging £200,000 a year in expenses on top of the wages that they're already getting. £200,000 a year. And then you've got the retards and all these other people out there, the education system and all the rest of it. Don't even fucking start me on that, because that's a battle I'm having and I'm going to win. I've got a solicitor dealing with all that now, my educational problems. But there's people there that's on £500,000 a year. And we're not just talking one or two people. We're talking several people, double numbers, triple numbers of people that's on extortionate amount of wages. It needs to stop. So I just thought to myself, talking about this, and we sat down, I've just sat down as a group, and we've worked a lot of things out. And the UK, it's not one country anymore. The UK is not one country anymore. Now, this is the part that I'm not allowed to discuss, and I'm not allowed to say anything about, because I get accused from the people in authority and the people that own me and you, because we are all owned. We are not free people, by the way. The minute you are born, your parents take you by law and they register you on a birth certificate. It's a fucking logbook. It's not a birth certificate, it's a logbook. The minute that paperwork is signed, you become the property of the government. You become the property of the social services. You have to register your car. You have to register your house. They know every single thing about you. Every single thing about you, okay? They know all your bank details. You've got a national insurance number. They know everything. They control you. And what people don't know, and people should know, that the government insure you at birth and claim money for each and everybody that's watching this. Fact. Whether you know it or not. And my information comes from people who know what they're talking about, who's been around government issues and has told me a lot of things what's going to be changing over the coming years. Now, whether people believe it or not, I don't care. Now, I said over a year ago that energy prices were going to go through the roof, and they have. I've said so many things over a year ago, that's come true. I said things about fuel, and everybody said to me, you're wrong. It's right. I warned people, friends around me, and said, look, fuel prices are going to go up, you're going to get stung. My own car's on the road. It's been parked up for 2 months with flat tyres, no battery and no diesel in it, because I can't afford to run it. Simple. Because I cannot afford to run it. It's parked up. That's it. If I need to go anywhere, I don't go anywhere. I order everything online. And I'll give you an example of that. My order last week on food online, what I buy, and I have to minimise what food I have and be mindful of what I spend. I duplicated my order that I ordered from 6 months ago, and my order had gone up by £25 in 6 months. 25 quid. So not only my food's gone up by £25, which I have basic shit. I don't have milk anymore because I can't afford it. I don't have sugar anymore in my drinks because I can't afford it, right? I just drink coffee and that's it. There's nothing else. I can't afford milk. I can't afford sugar. They are a luxury to me, believe it or not. Well, you've got the internet, you've got this, you've got that. The internet now is a necessity. You need the internet. If you haven't got the internet, they can't email you, they can't do your bills, you can't pay your bills, you can't order your food. I order every single thing online. The government and the people that's watching over me and you, because they do with your bank accounts, know exactly what you're spending and what you're doing. Fact. And they know exactly what I spend and where I spend it every month. They know how much I spend on my bills, my food, my rent, my council tax. My rent's gone through the roof. They have fucking screwed me right over this month with my rent, right? They left me with hardly any money to live on for the next 4 weeks. Fact. I've had to cut my food down. I'm eating one meal a day, and it's crap what I'm eating to survive. And I mean crap. The only time I get better food is when they upgrade my food, or the lads that come here know me, and they say, here, this has got to go back, but we struck it off, here, you can have it. That's what they do. They might give me an extra few pizzas or something like that, what they're delivering. Water pressure. Now, I don't know whether people's noticed anything, and I mentioned this to somebody the other day, and they've looked into this, and yes, it's happening. Your water pressure is going to be turned down. Fact, right? I've got friends out there now, and I'm halfway through doing my system of sterilising water containers out and filling them up with water. Filling your containers up with water. And I suggest you people do it. Whether you believe what I'm saying or not, that is entirely up to you. But these have come from people that know what they're talking about. You're going to think I'm mad. You're going to think I'm mental. If you've got fuck all to lose if I'm wrong. Right? You've got nothing to lose. Mine containers have been drained and they've been sterilised and they've been filled up. Every week they'll get emptied and refilled so the water is good enough. There's none of this filling your baths up like we used to do years ago. And that's what these lads in the army, and that's what these lads of people that's talking to me in the groups and everything are doing. Stocking up on tins, stocking up on water. They're turning your water supplies down. The pressure's been turned down. It's been noted by people I've said it to, right? Mine's been turned down drastically, right? You're going to see a reduction in that. If things carry on the way they're going, and I've been told this, your energy supplies are going to suffer as well. Now, I'm not trying to worry people and turn people and think, oh, we're going to be turning this world like the First World War, Second World War. But energy, if we're not careful the way we're going and the way the supplies are going, we are going to be subsidised with our electricity. Now, whether or not they're going to turn it off for an hour every night or restrict certain places from using it, we've already got companies that now cannot afford to supply for the energy in the factories to produce the products they're making. Steel. Tin cans are going to go up in price because steel prices has gone through the roof. The reason that people don't know the reasons unless you look into it. China is holding goods in China. There are holding goods that's bound for the UK that they will not release to the UK because the containers that the goods are in, the Chinese used to charge us £1,000 for a shipping container. The cost of that shipping container is now £10,000 per shipping container. I know one lad who's gone bust. He's lost everything, all his money, because he imports products in shipping containers. He's got the products over there, and he's got a £9,000 extra cost on each container, and he can't meet that cost. So he's gone bust, and without naming him, he's gone bust. He's gone bust. He cannot survive. We've now got factories in these countries where the energy supplies have been cut off that cannot produce the products that we import. They can't produce the products for us. So we are going to suffer because some of those products go towards making products that we use, the plastics, etc. Medication, 96%, I believe, of medication for this country comes from other countries. And we're not getting that medication. We are not getting medication. And that medication, the formulas that go into that medication, a lot of which come from China, and they are not shipping it out. There is a starvation of medication. So stock up on your medication. Speak to your doctor if they change it. Your medication may well be changed without you knowing about it. Your prescription will come with something different on it because they haven't got the medication. Women that's going through the menopause are suffering because they have not got the drugs. That's one example of it. Whether you believe me or not, that's up to you. This will not stop. Right? Now, the government bill per year for universal credits for people that live in the UK, England, is £38.2 billion a year. £38.2 billion per year. Fact. That's if you're on universal credits and you're a part of that £38 billion a year. The average person in the UK gets between £12,000 and £13,000 a year. £12,000 and £13,000 a year. That's the average. So there's people on more, there's people on less, right? The cost to the UK of migrants coming into this country is £43 billion pounds a year. That's more than everybody in this country is on universal credits. If that stops, they could raise our universal credits or give some of that money to these energy companies. These energy companies are making billions and millions of pounds a year, but when the price goes up, they don't take a hit. We take the fucking hit. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong, but it will carry on, and I'll tell you fucking why that will carry on, because I'm ranting. To house these migrants in this country, to house the migrants alone in hotels, homes, and all the rest of it, these are the people that's coming in on these boats, £430 million a year. £430 million a year. So how much does each migrant cost the UK? Bear in mind, on universal credits, the average person between 12 and 13,000. £29,000 a year. There's some migrants coming into this country that's costing this country £36,000 a year. 36k. As opposed to you, as a British citizen, living in this country, 12 to 13,000. You do the maths. £20,000 a year difference. Now you are sat in your home, struggling for your heating and all the rest of it, while they're all tucked up in these hotels with their internet and the skies and all the rest of it, and the fucking 3 meals a day, right? And they still get money off the government to survive on. They get gifted a mobile phone because they need it in case they're going to get in touch with them. For the immigration people want to get in touch with them. Don't even start me on these immigrants, these asylum seekers. These are the people what's come in, the cost. The asylum seekers is a totally different funding. One businessman in the UK, one businessman who owns a considerable amount of land in this country, and I won't name him, he owns a plot of land down by Dover and gets paid £1 million a year for storing the dinghies what the migrants come over in. Each dinghy that the migrants come over in are stored on his land, and he charges the government £1 million. The dinghies are still belonging, they're still the property of the migrants, so they have to store them. It's fucking ludicrous. Absolutely fucking ludicrous, right? That the government is paying people to store their property in case they want it back. Yeah, of course they're going to want it back because they want to blow it up and fuck off back over to France, right? Now, if you get touched, if I'm touching on a spot that you don't like me touching on, don't fucking watch my videos anymore, because they're going to get a damn sight fucking roarer on this channel, trust me, right? Afghans, right? We all know exactly what's happened in Afghan, and I know veterans now that's taken their life because they feel they've been let down by the government. You fucking have, mate. Fact, right? How many times has anybody watching any of these videos seen anything in any papers, news reports, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere, asking you to home an Afghan or an Iraqi or a boat person? How many people's been asked? Fucking zero. Zero. Nobody has ever been asked to take one of these in and house them, and the government will give you money for it. And yet Ukraine, they're fighting in Ukraine, and we're getting people coming from Ukraine, and the government is paying people in this country to house, home, feed, and look after them. Now, I've got nothing against that. Don't get me wrong, right? It is what it is. Do I, if I've got my view on it, I've got my view on it. You've got your view on it. Everybody's got a view on it. I don't give a fuck what your view is, and I'm sure you don't give a fuck what my view is, right? But why? Why do the Ukrainians get precedence over anybody else coming into this country? Now, I understand that a lot of these boat people that's coming in, they're men. They're fucking men who lie about their age, who have got no identification on them, who's living a life of luxury, better than what I am and you are and everybody else, in hotels, some with swimming pools. I've seen videos on YouTube. Some of these migrants have got jacuzzi, swimming pools, gyms, television rooms, living the life of Riley. I can't even afford a week in a fucking caravan. I can't even afford to heat my home. I could not afford to heat my home if it was a one-bedroom flat. I just cannot do it. In fact, I'm subsidising everything I do to survive. They're fucking not. And then they moan about things. Moan, fucking moan about shit. Same with what I'm doing. Right? This is not England anymore. This is not England anymore. I'm not talking about Wales. I'm not talking about Scotland. I'm not talking about Ireland. I'm talking about England. The little fucking shitty island that's left in the middle. One country, I hear you say. It's not one country anymore. England is two countries. London and then the other fuckers around that's dotted around everywhere. The rules and regulations and laws in London are totally different to the rules and regulations and laws for the rest of the part of the country. Most of the laws and regulations start off in London and then are passed throughout the country. So how the fuck is it one country? You can't park on a curb, you can't do this, you can't do that. And why is that dictated to all the people that's left on the rest of the country? Right? Why? Because that's where the fucking money is. That's where the money is. Now, this is something what people don't know, and I think people should know this, and this is going to come out within the next few years. In 2030, 8 years from now, you're not going to be able to buy a house. You're going to be stopped from buying property. Fact. The government's going to do whatever they can to stop the general public buying property, buying houses. Fuck me, he's mad, he's lost a plot. Trust me, it's going to come. Right? The government is already looking into, and I've sort of said to myself, you know what, I'm going to fucking do this. The government is already now setting this plan in place to stop you, me, and people in the UK from leaving their homes. That's a fact. And as mad as it sounds, and as mad as you think, oh, he's fucking lost the plot, that's what they're going to do. Each and every person and household in the UK will be given a certain amount of figure of money earned per month. Now, the figure I've been told is £1,500 a month, £1,500, providing you don't leave your home. Fact. That's the new thing what the government are trying to bring in. And that's going to be coming in. So you take your £1,500 a month, you will not be allowed to leave your property. That's the fucking thing what they're going to do. And there's going to be rules and regulations around that to stop you leaving your property. Fact. Whether you believe me or not, this is come from somebody who knows what he's talking about. We're not free. We are no longer free. We are dictated by government. We have sold our souls away when we are born. We are registered to them. They are our keepers and they pull our fucking strings. Your children do not belong to you. They belong to the British government. The UK government own your children. Fact. The social services could take your children away whenever they want, and they do. The social services can lie about your children, and they do. They lie about you and remove your children. The education system lie about things and get away with it. Well, they fucking think they do. They don't. They think things take time. Each and every one of you is owned by the government. You have a logbook. You are not free. Freedom is gone. Freedom of speech is gone. The warnings that I've had not to speak out, not to say this, not to try and convert people. I don't try and convert anybody. These are my views. These are other people's views that we discuss. Whether you turn on and watch it and you think, fucking hell, he's lost the plot, that's up to you. These are our views, what we believe and what we have heard. Your water pressure will be turned down. Your electric will be subsidised. Your food will increase in price over the coming months beyond belief. That's a fact. It's already gone up. Stock up on your tins. Stock up on your dry food. Get yourself a little gas cooker. Get you some whatever. Get your water containers filled up. Get your sterilising tablets and get prepared for the fucking war on the people of the UK that the government is going to create on you. Fact. 100%. And I have not lost a fucking plot. Because I'm speaking what people's told me. I'm what they have told me and what has come to me. The government make the rules, break the rules, and we fucking suffer. They're going to try and divide the UK into two countries. London, the capital, the money place of this place, of the country, and the fucking rest of us, the have-nots, because that's the way it's going to be. The haves and the fucking have-nots. They'll lie and cheat. I've got two of my local MPs now, two Conservative MPs that's sticking up for Boris Johnson for what he's done with that COVID party, saying, look, they were key workers. They were having a fucking drink. They were all key workers. And this is my local MP sticking up for him. Sticking up for the MP that's left the scene of an accident. Sticking up for this one. Sticking up for the one who's watching porn. Sticking up for all the other ones that's corrupt. Every single person that's corrupt gets stuck up by somebody else who's corrupt as well. Only the corrupt people. You are at risk. We are at risk. Our freedom will be gone. I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not trying to radicalize anybody. I've been threatened about that. Oh, you carry on what you're saying, on what you're saying on these channels and what you're doing. You are converting people. I'm not fucking trying to convert anybody. These are my views and things what people have told me. I could be totally wrong. But when I get told about diesel, that's gone up. When I get told about tin food, that's gone up. When I go on about heating over a year ago, and that's happened, right? Then something's got to be right. And people's come to me, and I've told these people months ago, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. They've gone, nah, don't, but you're fucking losing it. And it's happened. Trust me, we are struggling. The government is sending 8,000 troops to Ukraine. Why are we involved in the war in Ukraine? Why are we involved in the war? Because of our energy supplies from Russia, which has already been cut off? No. Because we are involved with the Americans. So why are we taking a side with the Americans? All the energy companies and all the rest of it, and what investment has America got in Ukraine? The president's family members, what investment have they got in Ukraine? What investments are the Americans looking after? Why are the Americans involved? Why? And has everybody forgot about China and Taiwan? And everybody's never, I don't even know anything about that. Why is Australia setting up defences to fight, to protect them? And why is America stepping in? Because America's pumping oil out of their sea and making that island a rich country. The China want it fucking back. Right? It's all going to happen. China's going to hold this country to ransom. We are at risk. Products coming from... Don't order nothing online from China because your pretensions are you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You're just throwing your fucking money away. We are at risk. You need to defend and look after yourself. Fact. Whether you believe what I'm saying, you think I'm waffling or whatever, that's fine. But look back on this video in 6 months, a year's time, or 8 years' time, and see whether I'm telling the truth. I guarantee you that YouTube will try and shut this down. It's already been shut down on Facebook tonight. It's already been shut down on, on another channel, right? Because of what I've said. We won't own homes. You won't own a home. You will be banned from buying a home. You will be priced out the market. We're already being priced out the market. Inflation on houses. I don't fucking afford to buy them, right? You are going to be separate from London, the money place of the UK. That's going to be total. It's already different. If you've not worked that one out for yourself, that's not rocket science. They are the money capital of this country. It's now a separate country to us that's living in the other parts of the UK. Fact. You've only got to look at the rules, the regulations, the laws, the bylaws. It's all different. Any law that you get in the rest of the UK starts off in London. Fact. We are at risk. Have you noticed that your water supply's gone down? Have you noticed that your water pressure has been reduced? Probably not. Check it. Have you noticed that your live TV, anybody who watches live TV, I don't, so I've been told this, is freezing? Have you not noticed that? Have you not noticed that your Facebook is changing? Have you not noticed it's slowing down? Have you not noticed your main pages are missing certain items at certain times? Have you not struggled on WhatsApp? All these things are changing and being governed by the people that govern you. WhatsApp within the next few weeks will be going down. That's a given, I guarantee you. It's went down before and it will go down again. But the next time WhatsApp goes down and Facebook goes down and TikTok is already set to go down, they will go down for a lot longer this time than what they did before, right? Internet will be fluctuating. It may be monitored and fluctuated and I don't know, but that's going to be affected. Your live television has already been affected. Channels on live TV the other day froze for 10 minutes 3 times in a day. 10 minutes 3 times in a day. Programs were coming on Channel 4, I was told, and they was keeping the adverts out to catch up with the time that they had lost. It's a fact. God bless everybody, whether you believe me or not. That's entirely up to you.